Hey guys, what is going on today? I've got a lot of stuff to do. I want to bring you along with me. We got some parts to sell/ship. We got some parts to drop off to an old friend that you guys, if you've been OG followers, will be more than familiar with. And a lot of fun things along the way. So there's our box of parts right there. I'm gonna grab them. And kind of heavy. Let's get to it. All right, guys, we are on the way to our first destination, which I haven't decided if we're going to get the Lamborghini parts first to send out, and I'm going to tell you more about that in a minute, or if we're going to go do the fun thing. Today's going to be like Christmas for me because a few things coming in. I got notified about something special. You guys will find out about all that very soon, but I did want to address the Miata. See, a lot of people have written me wondering, did I buy the Miata? What happened? We talked about it in the live stream. If you were in the live stream, you know the long story, but right now I'm going to give you the Cliff Notes version of the entire story. So the day before I shot the video, I was at a friend's house. They said, hey, do you want a Miata? And I said, no, not really. And then they said, well, hey, this one's kind of cool. It was in a fire. I said, let's go check it out. It was across the street, as you guys saw in the video. I checked it out, and to me it looked like kind of a simple rebuild project. So anyway, meet the owner, talk to the owner, tell him about the YouTube channel, tell him about rebuilding cars. He was really cool. The only thing is he had promised it to someone else first for $500. And I said, look, I'll go and get $500 and buy it from you right now because I figure $500, there's not a lot to lose. You guys saw the condition of it. And he said, no, I'm going to wait for that first guy. Now, sidetracking a little bit, if you're ever selling a car or anything to an individual on Craigslist, never wait for that first guy. They never ever show up, or even if they do show up, they'll go and then they'll lowball you. Just don't wait for the first guy. The first guy's not your guy. It's the second or third guy. The engagement in the video was actually very good. A lot of likes, a ton of comments, especially from Miata guys. Hey, definitely get this car, rebuild it, whatever. And it just wasn't enough. And when I say enough, when I do the next rebuild project for this channel, which you guys are going to hear about coming up very soon, I want to engage you guys. I want it to be a project that we're going to do alongside of each other pretty much through videos. I want it to be really high quality, and I want you to see the process from the beginning all the way to the end. A big component of that is the auctions, and of course this Miata, while it's a much easier process to just go and hand somebody $500 and tow the car to your place, it's not the full project, and not to mention when it's done, I can't even enjoy it because I don't fit in a Miata. I'm too big. So anyway, he contacted me, said the car was still available and come and get it. I told him though, there were a bunch of people that wrote me saying, hey, can I buy it? I'm interested in. I got an email from somebody and all it said was, hey, I got the Miata, thanks very much. Still haven't decided where I'm going to go to first. Let's check in when we get there. If you guys are local to Tampa, you'll know we're at the International Plaza, which is basically the biggest mall that they have down here. I'm not a big mall shopper, but I don't think we have to go into the mall to get where we're going. This is just a kind of, you're going to find out real quick right now. Because I am confused, I am lost, I am anxious. Where in the hell is this place that we're supposed to be? I'm not even sure. Well, I kind of got an idea what this thing looks like. Here, let's keep looking. Guys, I know that the anticipation is killing you, but I honestly drove around the mall twice, can't find this thing. And there's something really neat right here, and we're going to go inside the mall to see if that's where it is. But check this car out. This is a highly requested rebuild here. C63 AMG. This has got like a wide body kit, it looks like, on the front. Check this bad boy out. Pretty nice, huh? See, I guess this is where you want to be if you want to go car spotting, outside of Neiman Marcus. Right here is a i8. But geez, that's not what we're here for. We are not here for the cars. We are here to find this thing. All right, guys, just got some secret intel. We're headed towards the food court. That's where our destination lies. I had no clue. Let's see if it's still there. All right, we're at the food court. There's nothing here, so there's only one last place to look, and that's right outside. There's a few more restaurants. Otherwise, I'm just gonna have to tell you what I was here for and couldn't get. All right, guys, I can see it. I can see it. I'm getting super excited. Check this out. Do you see that in the distance over there? Do you see this truck? It's flashing. It's doing all sorts of crazy lights. So what happened is Amazon has this thing, they call it the treasure truck. And they have one like really tough to get item. And in this case, oh, you're gonna see what it is, but they drive around, they park at a location. In this case, it's the mall here in Tampa. And if you reserve it online, you get one. Now, we're gonna check the app in a minute, but they're sold out of this. And I was lucky enough to get the notification, snag one of these things before they went out of stock. So let's check out what it's like. Cool, thanks very much. All right.
Sam, here's your package.
Hey, thank you very much. All right, cool, thanks. So if you guys haven't figured out from the Nintendo music, with Zelda and Mario over there, we got it. We finally figured out where this place was. That truck was really cool. This is really neat. This is how Amazon engages with its customers. So, all right, you figured out it's some sort of Nintendo item. And when we get back in the car, I'll show you. Sitting right next to me is the bag from the Amazon treasure truck. I'm gonna show you exactly what's in there. This morning, what happened is I got a notification. It said, hey, there's gonna be a treasure truck in your area, and we have, I guess they call like the SNES Mini or Classic Edition. Here it is right here. See, it says sold out. And before, whenever I looked at it, I hit the app, and then there's this little thing on the bottom here. It says treasure truck. I don't know if you can see that. I clicked it, and it said, do you want one? I said, well, why the hell not? Clicked buy, put in credit card information, just spent 80 bucks that I wasn't really thinking about spending, but I got this thing right here. Let's take it out. Let me show it to you. There it is, the SNES Classic Edition. As far as I understand, these things are like impossible to get, and especially the first ones that came out. I remember when the first one came out, and I heard all these things about it, and heard it was pretty cool. And then I saw that people wanted like 300 bucks for them, but I'm pretty pumped to have gotten this one right here. I don't know when I'll have the time to play it, but hope I didn't lose too many of you guys showing you video game stuff on an automotive channel. But hey, this was something that was actually really fun. Now, we are off to work, but there is some more fun stuff related. Like I said, today's like Christmas. There's another thing being delivered by UPS. I hope we're in time to grab it. If not, I'll tell you what it is and get your input on it. But we're off to take the Lamborghini parts, box them up, and then send them out. I'm gonna tell you exactly how I acquired them, and then I'm gonna tell you how they help me offset the cost of my rebuild project. We're back at a familiar location here, and in this box that is right here, I don't know if you can see it or not, is the elusive Lamborghini parts that you have probably been waiting to see since reading the title. Now, like I said, to me, it's not that exciting, but these are indeed parts for Lamborghini. Brand new Lamborghini throttle bodies. Now, to me, they look like a glorified Jetta throttle body. I've dealt with those in the past, obviously rebuilding the GLI, but it's a little bit wider, as you can see. And the neat thing about these, look, if you look on it there, I'll get a picture of it, that's got the Audi logo and the Lamborghini logo. I'm pretty sure that these fit a Lamborghini Gallardo, and I say they because there are two of them. Lamborghini Gallardos have two throttle bodies, as well as Audi R8s, the 10-cylinder models as far as I know. And basically, when one goes, the person's going to want to replace two. Now, the reason I'm showing you these is not to say, hey, I got Lamborghini parts. It's really imperative to one of the things I do to keep the cost down on a rebuild project. Now, I don't really factor these into the costs when I do an unveiling of the price that I pay on a certain car, but this is just kind of like kickback. It's almost like a rebate when you go buy a new car and they say, hey, you get a $500 military rebate. Well, this is the add in a little bit more work rebate. So basically, when I'm buying parts, as you saw, the Audi logo was on there. I just rebuilt the S3. I rebuilt the Money Pit Jetta. When I was buying the parts for those cars, I don't recall if it was the Audi. I'm guessing it was the Audi. But basically, I had called up with a list of parts to one of the wholesalers, and I asked, hey, what else do you have? It's a question I always ask. And stuff like this, basically, if you need a Lamborghini throttle body, what you end up doing is going to Lamborghini or going to the Audi dealership saying, hey, I need this part, and they order it from a warehouse, and then they send it to the dealer, and you pay almost close to retail at the dealership. However, if somebody orders this and doesn't pick it up, if for whatever reason the wholesaler got a hold of so many of these things stick around a long time and they don't want them. And the other secret is at dealerships and even these just parts stores, there's a huge markup in auto parts, and that's because there's a lot of overhead to run a dealership and stuff like that. So basically anything that's been sitting around, they say, hey, let's get rid of this. And that's where I come in and I say, give me what you don't want anymore. With that being said, these parts are expensive and they sat around a long time where they were before. And I say a long time, they're still a really late revision, but they probably had them at least a month or two, couldn't sell them. And I've had them listed online for sale for probably around 5 to 7 months, somewhere around there. These things don't just sell overnight. And now your question might be, well, then why are you buying them? And this is why. When I'm buying the bundle of parts, I kind of figure out how much that's going to cost me. And now I have a set idea. And when I ask, what else do you have you ever seen the show American Pickers, which I think a lot of that's staged, but it's similar. They say, well, let's do a bundle. I want them to bundle in as many items. And basically what happens when they bundle a lot of items is the total parts cost of each individual thing, when you're dealing with a wholesaler, someone just wants to get rid of stuff, basically they start to, I don't want to say lose track, but there's not as big of a focus on every little piece and part. At one point they're like, okay, he was going to order $2,000 worth of stuff from me. Now I'm going to get rid of some of the stuff I don't want. It's worth another at least $1,000, but hey, I just need to get rid of it. So they start to work it in the price. I can tell you that these throttle bodies have already been paid for by me, using the parts that I needed and selling the rest of the lot that I purchased. This is gravy money. And it's the reason I'm able to be basically the cheapest guy on the block to sell these Lamborghini throttle bodies. I'm going to look it up right now. Let me get the phone out because I'm not exactly sure how much these retail for. All right, I didn't get a retail price, but I saw it's around $520 for one of these. Again, I'm selling 2 of these, and I sold 2 of them for only $480. Like I said, this is gravy money. I just needed to get rid of them. I've had them listed forever, and really the first person that comes along, they need 2 of them, they find out that I have 2 of them, and we make a deal. Now, could I have gotten more? Probably, but I'm not willing to wait around for that last nickel when I've already made the money back, like I told you, using the parts and selling the rest of them. Now, maybe you're interested in going into parts business, and if you are, that's cool. You know, drop me a comment if you want me to expand on where to seek out these wholesalers, these people that have certain manufacturers' parts. Like I said, this was a lot of Volkswagen, Audi parts. I had injectors and all sorts of things that I didn't need, but they went along with my rebuild items, and by selling them off, I did reduce the cost. So now we got to go meet up with that friend that I told you about. I've got a few more minutes, going to pack these things up. Hopefully UPS shows up within those few more minutes. Come on, UPS, don't fail me. I mean, anyway, I hope they show up because they're delivering something that I think is going to be a lot of fun. I want to see your guys' reaction, whether you want to see more videos on it, because I'm even more excited than finding that Amazon truck this morning. So let me wrap this up and then we'll get back on the road. Genesis Coupe owners are the new BMW owners. This guy just held up with a big gap in traffic, everybody, because he pulled out when the light, anyway. We're on our way to meet our friend, and it's a friend that you guys are familiar with. So I'll meet you right back there. Anything look familiar to you guys in this parking lot? Check it out. There she is, and there he is. Turbo Mike in the Money Pit Jetta. Let's see how it's doing. What's going on? Oh, that thing is a stance car. Looks nice and clean, Mike.
Yeah, I haven't watched it.
Guys, look, it's still working. The Money Pit Jetta, it actually drove somewhere. Nice and it's nice and clean. Let's see what the inside looks like. I know Mike got everything working on it, right?
Not everything.
I'm kidding. Hey, it looks pretty good. And it smells pretty good too. Mike is a, you mind if I tell him you're a vapor? He's a vapor. And that vape actually smells all right. I'm not a big vapor. So in here earlier, you saw me grab these parts, okay? And these parts are for Mike. I just helped him get them real quick. And Got 2 rotors and pads for the rear. There's actually pads for the front too. They're in the trunk because check this out. I can't believe this. Like, I'm wondering what in the hell happened, but I don't know if you could see in there. These things are gnarly. Yeah, check those out. It's just grooving right into there. There's like no pad left. This car's only got, how many miles is this car?
24.
24,000 miles. And the pads, so either
the front should wear before the back.
yeah, Mike just had a good point. The fronts, you know, besides this one is a, this is the old caliper. It's a little rusty looking, but it's fine. And he said, you know, the fronts do the most of the work. That's why he's been able to get around. This is a new rotor here. I replaced it because it got destroyed in the accident. But my God, they look terrible. Here. So anyway, all this stuff is for the Jetta to fix that problem. Now, Mike's got something for us. Mike, what do we have? Look at Mike. Every time I order some parts. Now look, this is terrible too. This is not an endorsement for these guys because Mike actually gets some parts through me. But anyway, what I was gonna say is that Mike, every time he pays me, he does something fun. And what we have here, all 2s, ridiculous. Mike did a hell of a job buttoning up all the rest of the problems with this car. I mean, check out the Euro spec wiper. There's only one. What about the fog light? Oh, it's still not in. Did I give you the bulb? We had to. We pulled it out. It was actually in there before, but we had to get something up in there. I think it was the water something. Anyway, the car works. Whoa! Oh, I thought we had a problem with there. Car works, and Mike, it drives good, right?
Yeah, it drives good.
All right. Besides that, we're gonna take it from Mike, borrow it for a video coming soon. But yeah, well, have fun with it. You guys might have wondered where that UPS box I was waiting for went. What happened to that part of the vlog? Well, good news is I had somebody that was able to grab it for me. I'm going to their house to pick it up, and then we're gonna get it, go home, and I'm gonna rip it open because I've been waiting for this thing now for a little while, and I'm really excited to show it to you guys. What I've been waiting to do all day is open this box up. Now, specifically, you guys still around. This has been a long one, although I'm not sure how long it will be once I edit this down, but I want to know, do you want to see this in a future video? Maybe a video dedicated to this. It is like an electric vehicle, pretty much. Check that out. An electric longboard. Comment below if you want to see more of this. Guys, that's it for this video. I'm going to mess around with this thing. That's weak, 20 kilometers an hour. It said like 20 miles per hour on the description. If I decide to, we're going to give this guy a shot, and you're going to find out more about it. Thanks for watching. Any questions? You guys know how to get to me. Everything you need is in the comment section below. We're going to talk very soon about a new rebuild project. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you on the next one.